So, welcome to another episode of Story of My Life. This is literally just the story of my life. So, I know that the last video was talking about how Aubrey met her sisters and didn't know they were her sisters. But I am here to talk to you about what happened when Alva got out of prison. Now, this story, it's going to take me a minute. Okay, so what happened was I knew that when she was going to get out of prison, she was going to have something to say. Because Alva always has something to say when she's clean. Okay? When she has not been on any street drugs or whatever, she's a totally different person. She can be in mommy mode. But when she's on it, she's not in mommy mode. She's thinking about herself. She's doing whatever she's doing. And she's doing it while they're there. You know? She's... Okay. So we all that have been following me, you already know the reaction that we had gotten when Aubrey was 1 and she saw him walk out of the room with a tiara and started yelling at him and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the type of person she is. I don't think she would not accept what is going on. And she does not accept what is going on. She refused to have that happen. But you know what? She might be the biological mother, but she is not his mother. Her mother. Okay? I've taken care of this child for 4 years. You have not even been there for 1 year. You've only been there for freaking 6 months, 6 to 7 months. That's it. And in between those months, you were hardly there because I was the one who was taking care of him. So yes, I have every right to call myself his mother. Now, when she decided, when she got out or whatever, she had hold on one second. She had found out, I don't know whether she found out when she was in there or out, but when she got out, she found out that AJ had transitioned to Aubrey and she was now a girl. She did not like that. So what this girl did was she called C.P.S. on me. She called C.P.S. on me, and I was like, I told Carlos, I was like, I know she's going to call C.P.S. because she does that when she's trying to get her kids back. When she's going to go to court, she wants to have a paper trail. So what she does is she'll do everything, because she's good at going to court, and that's what scares me. She'll do her little paper trail first, and then she'll dive into the whole court thing and file for court, and then she can say, oh, well, this, and this happened, or whatever, and just try to make me look like a bad person. So, yes, she called, and then she had one of her other family members call. So one day, I'm at home, regular day, I have a knock at the door, and it's C.P.S. My heart fell. Like, okay, one, I already have a worker, but that's because I receive benefits for them, because Aubrey is not blood related. I cannot go to the welfare office to get her on Medi-Cal. I have to get her on Medi-Cal through a program in foster care, even though she's not a foster child. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gets the benefits of a foster child, but she's not a foster child. She just gets them because she's non-blood related to me. Okay. So basically what happened was she knocked on the door. I answered it, and there's other people there. And I was like, oh my God. And I saw that C.P.S. car in the back, and I was like, hi. They're like, hi, we're here for the guardian of Abel Delgado. And I was like, I'm her. I was like, what is this? What's going on? And she's like, we're just following up on a report that was on a call that was made to our office saying that, do you mind if we come in and speak to you? And I was like, well, come on in. They came in. I don't have anything to hide. My life is under a microscope as it already is. But at this point, I'm still scared because these are not my workers. They're just other workers. They don't know my case. They don't know everything that I've been through with these kids. They don't know anything. So she comes in with her partner. We sit down, and she's like, so the call that was made was telling us that Abel was being mentally abused and emotionally abused, and he was forced to wear girl clothes against his own will. Excuse my language, but those of you that already watch my videos already know that I do not hold back. I have no filter. So I say what I say, what's in my head at that time. So if you hear me say bitch, whatever, I say it. There's a in the description box that lets you know that's I'm just like that. So so I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, well, Aubrey is right here. She is not being mentally or emotionally abused. She's not being forced to wear girl clothes. This is something that she decided when she was 2 that this is what she wanted and how she wanted to live her life. Yes, we know that that was very young, but we've already been through all the doctors, all the therapy and everything like that. She's still going to therapy. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Like, oh. First of all, what were you trying to accomplish? Were you trying to get him removed from my home? Because if that's the case, I'm pretty sure the judge would not allow you to take him. So if you were to sit there and call C.P.S. on me and your goal was to get him removed from my home, he would go straight into foster care with nobody that he knows, nobody to come and get him. He would be stuck there in a foster home where he knows nobody. That's what pisses me off, is that she was willing to put him through that. Oh, it just makes me so angry. Sorry, this whole thing just makes me upset because I've never had CPS called on me before, ever. So then after explaining to her the story of how it all happened, the very next day I get another knock on my door, and it is CPS again. A different set of people. Because there was another call, but obviously it's the call from her sister. And I was like, oh, these people are not going to stop. Like, now that she's out, they're going to team up against me and try to make... And this time they try to say, that he's being emotionally and mentally abused, forced to wear girl clothes, and is being malnourished. Excuse me? But this child has been skinny since the day that I got him. And we've been through hell. If I would have told you all the medical stuff we had to go through when I first got AJ, it would take all 4 of these segments in one. Because he has problems with bowel movement. So he gets very constipated. And so the constipation was having a lack of appetite. That was, he would eat and it was hard for him to poop. So when he pooped, his poop was so hard that he would prolapse. And literally, what baby prolapses when they poop like that? Like, that happens to grown-ups and people that have, it's just, there's so many things. He was so white and like transparent that when I first got him, he had a vitamin C or B deficiency. When they don't get enough sunlight, and he needed to be out in the sun, so he played outside a lot when he was little. When I got him, because I needed him to get darker and get his complexion back and get healthier. He has a lot of problems with anxiety. He has very high anxiety. And so, like, for her to say, okay, when AJ was 2 years old, I teamed up with the doctors. We talked to them. We said, I don't know why. I feel like he's eating it, but his body's not absorbing any of the nutrients. We need to see what's going on with this kid, because he eats and eats and eats and it doesn't go anywhere. Like, he could not get past like 17 pounds. Like, he could not get past 21 pounds once he got there. Like, these are milestones that he passed. So it was like 17. It was 21. And then once we got to like 24, 26, it was really hard to get past that. So, so what we did was we had talked to the doctor and we said, well, what can we do? We said, well, we can admit him to Loma Linda Children's Hospital for a week. And we can flush him out with Go Lightly. That means they stick a tube in his nose, down his throat, and in his belly. And they have bags of this liquid that gets poured into them. And what it does is that it flushes out their system. And it literally makes them poop until they're pooping water. And so it's a process. It doesn't happen really quickly, but it's a process, and it happens over a 24-hour period. And they flush out the system completely, and they do a calorie count. So then they give him food, and they count the calories to see if his body's taking any of the nutrients. They want to see if it's absorbing or if it's just eating and pooping it out. We ran so many tests on this kid. We found out that his skeleton is, when he's the size of a 2-year-old, he's the size of a 1-year-old. When he's 3, he's the size of a 2-year-old. So now that he's 4, she's the size of a 3-year-old. So she's really tiny in stature. Okay, but that has nothing to do with eating habits. That has to do with the fact that she was on meth before she had him. And after, it affected him. It affected him in so many medical ways that it left me to pick up all the pieces and to fix this child and put him back into good health. I went through so much trying to get this kid healthy, and then she has the audacity to call me a bad mother? You were not there for him. You know what I mean? You were not there to deal with all this stuff that came along with this child. You did not leave me a healthy child. You left me to pick up the pieces that you broke. But you call C.P.S. on me? Woo! So yeah, we had him admitted for a week, but that was for good, not for because of bad. Once they were done, we figured out what we needed to do, and we did it. He started gaining weight slowly, but he's just a tiny kid. That's what the doctors rolled out. He's just a tiny kid. It's nothing that I'm doing. It's nothing like that. So, yeah. That's what happened with that. Stay tuned for part 2 of this part so you can find out what happened with C.P.S. and how that went.